Hey there, ho there, hi there, everybody. This might not be the beautiful beaches of Baja, but it is Earth Day, and the Vermilion Sea Institute is really excited to celebrate the 50th Earth Day with you. So my name is Katie Dell, and I am the Community Outreach Coordinator for Vermilion Sea Institute, and we have a couple fun things for you to do today for the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. A couple things you're going to need today. I'm going to take these off. Hold on one second. Couple things you're going to need today to get ready for our craft portion. You are going to need some string. You're going to need some water. You certainly don't need this much. I have a good amount, but you won't need this much. You are going to need a cotton ball. Actually, a piece of paper towel will actually work fine. You're going to need some sort of plastic bag. Ideally, you'll have a smaller plastic bag. Think like the plastic bag that maybe extra buttons come in. That would be a great size, but we can make any plastic bag work. And you are also going to need some dried beans. Now, we're also going to do a little exploring today. So I have a couple other things here as well. I have an apple. I have a grape. And actually earlier I had a cantaloupe. And we're going to look at all of those things today for Earth Day. So Earth Day actually originated as a way to want and show people that we were wanting cleaner air and cleaner water. And so today we're really going to focus on plants. In Baja, we've been focusing on plants at Rancho SanGregorio in Baja, California, Mexico, by building a greenhouse. And I think we have some guests here or some friends, not actually here, to show you the work that they've been doing. So here you go.
Hello, my name is Brian Andres Galvano Viña, and here we are in the greenhouse in Rancho SanGregorio. I spent eight years in this Rancho SanGregorio, and I learned about it, a lot of things about it. And one of those things was like construction. What we used was a cutillo and alambre, or cutillo and wire. So these things makes the greenhouse more strongest and it's efficiently because we're going to use it to the tomatoes to grow up, and to build it we use wire or alambre. Here's alambre, and that's where this is the thing what we use to make this construction. And it's a traditional object to build a lot of structures. So this area is already finished, and we're going to do this thing in every part of the cutillo, every area. So the cutillo is going to help the tomatoes to grow up more efficiently. So I want to say that I'm really proud about it, about doing the job, because I like construction too, and I like a lot of more things, but I like construction. When construction is one of the things that I like too. And I look forward to see this greenhouse finish it, and see it with a lot of tomatoes in a couple months. And yeah, I want to see it finish because it's going really good. Thank you for watching. See you soon.
All right, wasn't that awesome? There's some great work happening down at the ranch. And I think a lot of people think that as sort of a travel-oriented group, we typically bring people down to the Vermilion Sea Institute in the summer, that we have an on-season, but really we're busy all year long. And Brent and the Villavicencio family have been really busy at the ranch this year planting. So we're also going to do some planting today in honor of the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. So first, we're going to do some exploring. And you can just watch me explore, and then you can go explore after this. Or if you want and you have some things on hand, you're welcome to explore right along with me. The first thing that we need to plant something is a seed. And seeds are everywhere. We can find them in all kinds of plants, but the crazy thing is they all look really different. So a seed for this plant is going to look really different than a seed for like a tomato plant, or a grape, or a watermelon. Okay, all of these things come from plants, they're fruits, and so they have seeds. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to investigate where can you find seeds? Because if we're going to plant in a minute, we're going to need some seeds. So we're going to start small here. The first thing I have is a grape. Now, we're going to do some investigating. You may find that not all grapes are alike. But for my grape, I'm actually just going to cut it in half. Okay, and when I cut it in half, you can see that our grape actually has tiny little seeds in it. And those seeds are how plants reproduce. So we could take this seed, we could plant it, and in the right environment with the right conditions, it's going to grow into a new grape plant. And hopefully that grape succeeds, thrives, survives, and it's going to make more grapefruit with more grape seeds, which means more grape plants, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So that's one way we can find a seed inside of a grape. I also have here, so I grabbed some fruit from my kitchen to explore today. I have an apple. Now these are seeds you might have seen before. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my apple. I'm going to cut it in half very carefully, and if you're younger, with the help of an adult. And you can start to see that there are also some seeds inside my apple. Now I cut right through that seed. Let's see if I can get a better angle here. All right, and so you can see, here's my full apple seed. Okay, this one's a little brown, it's a little oblong, it's got kind of an oval shape with a point at the top. And then here is our grape seed. It's a little bit lighter. This is the grape seed, this is the apple. It's a little bit lighter in color. It's actually, even though the grape is small, the grape seed is pretty big compared to the apple, which was a lot bigger, and the seed's pretty small. Okay, so there are lots of things that you can find seeds in. I also had a cantaloupe earlier that I cut open, and I ate it, and it was delicious. And these are the seeds inside the cantaloupe. Okay, so all of these things are seeds. And actually, one thing that's a seed that we maybe don't think about is this guy. This is just a dried bean that I actually took out of my cupboard. Now, not all dried beans are created equal in terms of being seeds. Some dried beans are treated not to be seeds anymore, but most of them, for the most part, if you go to your closet or your cupboard right now, or maybe somebody already did it, and you find some dried beans, you can plant those. And that's what we're going to work with today. So, for our first planting, we're going to do a non-traditional planting. We're going to see if we can get our bean to germinate. Okay, now if you've gone and done some investigating, maybe you found some fruits around your house, you found different seeds, you are welcome to make a couple of these and see how the germination process, which is when a seed really transitions from a seed to a plant, you can see how that works with the craft that we're going to make today. All right, so you're going to choose your seed. You can choose two of the same types of seeds. I'm going to choose my beans over here. So I've got one bean, two beans, and you're going to take your cotton ball and you're going to take your plastic bag. Okay, now if you have a small plastic bag, great. I don't have a small plastic bag here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the corner of the plastic bag and I'm going to cut, because the cotton ball is going to fit inside this, I'm going to cut maybe just this corner off. And I'm still leaving a lot of space. But I'm just going to cut this bottom corner off. You can use the other corner for another craft if you want. Okay, so now I just have this bottom corner of the bag. I'm going to take my cotton ball and I'm just going to dip it into the water. Okay, it doesn't have to be super wet. I'm going to dip it in. I'm going to wring it out a little bit. Not a lot of water. Okay, notice water's not falling off of it. And you are going to stick your cotton ball just right inside of your plastic baggie or the corner of your plastic bag. Okay, so that's going to provide our seed with water. Our seed definitely needs that to grow. Okay, next you're going to take your two seeds. In this case, I have my two dried beans. And you are going to stick one on each side of the cotton ball. So one on that side and one on that side. All right, so there you go. You've got your first setup. So our seeds need water they actually also need heat. So remember, we made that greenhouse at the ranch to help contain heat. The seeds need heat to grow. So not just sunlight, but actually also heat. And so one of the really important things, the reason we're making this into a necklace, is so that seed can get the heat from your body that it's going to need to germinate. All right, so now we have sort of what's going to be the pendant of our necklace. And so next, we just need to tie on our string. Okay, and it doesn't have to be super duper duper tight. You don't have to seal this off from the air because the beans do still need a little bit of oxygen. But what I'm going to do, I just have one piece of twine here. I am going to wrap it around like this. I've got a nice little loop. And I'm going to take one end of my twine, stick it into the loop, and just tie it off like so. Okay, you have more hands than I do. You can put it on a table if you need help with it. You could ask an adult for help if you need help with it, but I'm just going to tie it like that. Okay, ideally yours is tied more in the center, mine is not. Okay, and then you can just tie that. You might want to put another knot in it. And then you can just tie that around your neck very carefully, and definitely with the help of an adult again. You don't want it too tight. All right, and there you go. There you have your seed necklace. Now, if you want your seed to germinate, you're going to have to wear that necklace for about 2 to 5 days. That's going to give the seed what it needs. It needs that heat. It needs the water that's in your cotton ball. And eventually, you will get a germinated seed that you could go on to plants. There's my seed necklace. Goes great with my surfer look, you know. Okay, so you can make a seed necklace. You can make as many of these as you want to just by using different seeds to see how the seeds germinate differently. Okay, remember, germinate just means that the seed goes from being a closed seed like these right now to a seed that's transitioning into being a plant. Now, there are lots of different ways to make things grow. So this is just the very first stage of growth. I've been experimenting, and we bought some lettuce the other week. We actually used all the lettuce up top. So we cut off this lettuce, we used it, and then we put it just in a cup of water here, and you can see this lettuce is actually growing new lettuce. So this is something that typically I would have thrown out, but I put some water in a cup, set it in my sunny window, and now I have more lettuce. Okay, you can also plant things traditionally. So I have like a little cup of dirt here, and I'm just going to take my pointer finger, make a little dent in the cup of dirt, and then you can just take one seed. I'm going to use a cantaloupe seed this time. I need some cantaloupe in my garden. Okay, so then I take my cantaloupe seed, and I'm just going to put it right in the hole that I made with my index finger. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just so the soil gets nice and moist. And actually, you can see my seed kind of floated up to the top. So I'm going to use my finger. My soil is very dry. I should have made it a little wetter earlier. Okay, so I'm just using my finger to move the water around. Put the seed in there. I'm going to cover my seed. Can't even tell. Oh, there he is. Boop. I'm going to cover him up. And then I'm going to put that in a nice sunny place and see if I can grow a cantaloupe plant. So I hope today on Earth Day you remember that plants do amazing things for us. They give us food to eat. They clean our air. They take in carbon dioxide and put out clean oxygen for us to breathe. And they're a really important part of all of our ecosystems. So today, I hope you take some time to investigate plants. See if you can find seeds in your fruit. See if you can find seeds outside. There's a lot going on outside right now with seeds. Okay, all plants have seeds, so see where you can find them. And then see what happens when you plant them. Make a seed necklace, plant them traditionally, see if you can make a plant grow in a new way. We hope you have a great Earth Day. We hope you celebrate the Earth and all the beauty that it has. And we hope you'll join us again for Keep Your Learn on VSI. Thank you so much, and happy Earth Day.